Alright guys, let's talk about something very important, which is the narrowband. The narrowband was added, I think, in Houdini 16.5 or 17, I don't know, but it's very important if you just want to simulate the outer surface layer of the water and don't want to simulate the particles here inside this domain here. Okay, so when you just create the simulation in the old versions of Houdini, you need to make sure that your tank is filled with water here. Okay, just to the boundaries here, because if you don't just make your water level just match your boundary here, the water will fall down by the effect of the gravity. Okay, so here, if you just see from the right view, for examples, our water here is up here and the boundaries is down. So I didn't add water, or I didn't increase the water level to reach or to match my boundaries down here. So the narrowband makes sure that the water will not fall down, and it just simulates the areas of interest under the domain here. So what I mean by this, let me see here. Here I have 3 different values of the water level. Okay, if you just see here, the plane crashes here on the outer surface. This outer surface is simulated because we have their particles, and Houdini recedes particles in the areas of interest or areas under the water level here, but not all the areas, Houdini doesn't receive particles or create particles in the areas in every area here, or under all of this domain, or under the whole domain here of water, but it just creates the particles here, or receive particles in the areas where something collide or something interesting happens. So the areas down here that where my plane here moves after it crashes into water, like here you see that there are particles here reseated in these areas, and surely this affects our simulation and makes it accurate, because if we just simulate the surface of water, there will not be a depth of our water, and the simulation will be shallow and won't go up like this. Okay, so this simulates the depth of our simulation, and the depth of our simulation in the old versions, you had to create the depth here or create particles here until it matches our boundaries. But here with this narrowband technique, the depth is simulated in just the areas that you have a collision or something interesting, and Houdini detects this by itself, and you will see. So how to enable this is just here in the narrowband tab, which is linked to the narrowband parameters in the flat tank node, or the flat tank initial. So here, if you increase just this bandwidth to 4, for example, this will increase the layer of the particles, as you see. It increases the thickness here, and surely this will make different effects, and I usually stick to the level of 3. Okay, so if you just here go to the flip tank initial, we have here the narrowband enabled, and it's linked to the enable the check on the DOP network. Okay, so we have this layer size here, which is linked to bandwidth, and it's the bandwidth plus or multiplied by the particle separation. and some stuff we don't need to know this. Okay, so when you increase bandwidth, it increases the size of the layer, and also this will affect our simulation, and you can just try different values and different layer sizes and bandwidth, and this is your choice. I usually stick to 3. Okay, but you can just change the water level as I did here. Different water levels give the meaning of shallow or deep water. So here's the plane here, goes into this large depth here, and here the depth is smaller, and here it's even smaller. Okay, so this will gives the meaning of shallow water or deep water, and this will surely make different values. Like you see here, this is the depth water, the very deep water, and yeah, here it's more shallow, and here it's shallow here. So this gives different effects and affects the shape of our splash. So I've stuck to a value of 0.328 water level here, but you can just change it maybe to 1 or anything that you want. So this will change your water level and change your narrowband simulation. And actually this technique is very good, and I love it very much, because you don't have to create the depths of your tank here and fill it with particles. It just simulates the particles in the areas of interest only, and surely this saves a lot of time of simulations and a lot of memory usage, and this is very good. Okay, so this is for this video, and wait for me in the next videos. Goodbye.